Hello everybody, I'm Thomas and welcome to the 6th video of this series in which I will be playing through the Hadrian's Wall solo campaign. Today I will be playing through Fort number 3, Condurcum, or at least I think that's how it's pronounced. I couldn't really find a great pronunciation on it. In the description it says Condurcum was a cavalry fort containing a commandant's house, headquarters, hospital, workshops, barracks, stables, and 2 granaries. A village, or vicus, grew up around the fort. In the fort rules, no extra fort rules. In the fort goals, I must complete all 5 citizen tracks and get 70 plus VP. So that'll be interesting. And then the fort challenge, if I get 17 plus victory points and at least 3 of the attribute tracks down there, I will get 2 additional civilians for my next fort. So that's probably nice. We'll see how possible that is. I imagine if I'm going down a lot of these tracks, those help a lot of these tracks. So like, if I'm gonna be passing the fort goals, I'll probably have a lot of stuff over here, but we'll see. I'm not really too sure. But one thing I am sure of is I got those 2 resources since I beat the last fort and got the extra challenge. So that is gonna be very helpful to start out. With that out of the way, let's just get right into year number 1. See what the fate card gets me. Nice spread of resources. I already got my neutral cards over here, so I will shuffle these up. So I guess I'll definitely keep an eye out for the citizen track one because that's going to be a no-brainer to take. We got ranger for scout columns or engineer for large buildings. I imagine I will be doing a fair number of large buildings. I don't use the scout columns too much, so yeah, I'll go with engineer because I think I'm definitely going to want to build like the gardens. This game, I'll be building the large granary, probably some landmarks. I guess those aren't large buildings. I think I'll be all right. So with that, I get an extra soldier. And then what do I get based on my board? Just an extra resource. And we are on our way into year number 1. So I don't think I'm going to do it this year, but one thing I think with this fort that I want to focus on a bit more is the theater. I always overlook the theater. I think it'll be helpful this game. Like I said, especially I'm going to at least go for both gardens because those seem like a no-brainers if I'm trying to go down all of the tracks here, since the large garden lets you go down every track once, which is just incredibly helpful. So I'll be definitely focusing the priest track a decent amount. I'm just trying to think about my first move. What I want to do is, especially with this first year, since I'm not going to be worrying about the cohorts and stuff up there as much, I just want to get some decent defenses right off the bat so I can focus more on that stuff. But it would make sense to try to get small hotel and large hotel as quickly as I can, considering I'm going to need a lot of civilians this game to try to go down these citizen tracks over here. So it would definitely be in my best interest to either build a hotel this year, which I don't think is going to happen because I'm going to focus probably a little bit more on my cohorts, and I'll probably save that for next year. But the sooner I build a hotel, the more benefit I'll get out of it. So I think I'll start out by spending all 3 soldiers to go down on the wall guard. So that'll give me a cohort, which I'll start with the left one. I'll get some discipline from that. And then another cohort, which I'll just go with the center one. Just trying to do the best I can because the card I drew earlier, it was right. So it's most likely you'll be left or center, but if I can, I'm going to try to hopefully get the fort built out to here so I can build the wall out to there and get that cohort this round. So I can at least have 1 on each. So I have a guaranteed survival for year 1, which would be nice if possible. Which I think looking at my stuff, I could swing it. I just then really can't do much else this year, which is probably fine. I'd be able to go down the mining and foresting a bit. It wouldn't be the worst. I just don't know if there would be better. Because like I said, I want to get the hotel as soon as possible. Probably the small gardens. I guess that really doesn't matter when I get it, but probably the sooner the better when I go down this priest track. So yeah, I'll start by building out the fort with my builders, 3. Because I'm going to have to do that regardless of what happens. So let's see, then I can spend 3 resources on the wall. And doing so will get me 2 civilians back. Boom. That'll be nice because at this point I need to use one of those civilians to get a builder. So I will spend a civilian to go down the performers track. That'll get me a builder. and I will immediately spend that builder on the fort over here. And hey, what do you know? I got a civilian back. Love when that happens. So now the walls, or the fort is built out so I can build the wall, and in doing so, that'll get me some renown and another cohort. Which, whoops, I will fill in that right one. With only one pick attacking, I am guaranteed to be fine this year, that's a first. So that's nice. Got all these civilians left. I'll definitely spend one to start going down the priest track, because I want to go down that track, and then I also then have 2 servants. I'll double check there's nothing I want to do. See, this is a situation I actually could build the hotel now. The other thing I was considering was going and getting a bit farther down the mining and foresting. Oh, but if I build the hotel, I would get a civilian back. But then that wouldn't be enough, because I don't have any other... Oh, I could go down the trader's track. I might try this. Okay. Because I'm at the infrastructure level to build the hotel. I could go down the patrician's track and this track that I can never name, and I can get a builder and the resource I need to build the hotel. Okay, I'll do it. Yeah. This is good. So I'll spend 2 civilians. I'll go down this track to get a builder. Where's the builder go? There. And then this track to get a resource. Then, since I'm level 2, I can spend a servant, a builder, and a resource, and I'll build that hotel, that small hotel. Because then I'll have this civilian. Oh, this is perfect. I can spend this civilian up on the trader's track to get me another servant. Whoops. And then I can spend both servants to do what I originally wanted to do and do some mining and foresting to at least get my resource production boosted a little bit. And that'll give me another resource to do pretty much nothing with. Not nothing. I could start filling in the sippy. I mean, I'm not going to get anything, but if I want to start getting that further stuff, you got to fill in the first couple and just get nothing for it. So, whatever. That is the end of year number 1. One pick is going to attack. Not going to be dramatic because they can't get by. Left. Yeah, I blocked it. So that gets me a Valor. And we're on to year 2. So the neutral cards go away. Do that first. This card goes away. I'll do the fake card next. Not bad, not bad. And then I will draw my 2 cards. See what's going on here. So I have completed cohorts or filled temples. I'll probably go with cohorts. Yeah. I like trying to go for cohorts, though normally, I mean, that's a tough one to get all points out of, but gosh dang it if I'll at least try. And then filled temples, I get 2 additional servants. Now I need to not forget about stuff on my board. I screwed myself like, I don't know, what was it, my 3rd attempt on the last fort when I completely, like the last year, I forgot to give myself resources. So I'm really trying to be super good about not forgetting my stuff. So I get 2 resources, and then my hotel is already just paying off, bringing in civilians. We are on to year 2. So I'll start by sending these 2 builders to build out the fort a bit more. And that'll do a couple of things. That'll first get me a civilian. It also gets me to infrastructure level 3, which I could build the small workshop. I don't know if it's worth it though. Because those resources, if I build out the fort one more, which I imagine I could probably do some way of like, I don't know, getting another builder over here, or even sending this soldier to build out the fort, I could easily do. And then, yeah, with those 3 resources, I could build out the wall and get another cohort filled in, or the sippy and get another cohort filled in. So I don't know if it's worth just getting 1 extra builder, and then plus I'll have to build the medium granary at some point. So it's tough. Okay. Yeah. I think I got a plan, kind of. So I think I'm just gonna, this may be a terrible idea, but like I said, I want to go down the priest tracks. I'm gonna spend all 3 civilians to go down the priest tracks. That's 1, 2, that gets me another servant, and then 3 gets me some piety. Okay, and I think I am going to go through with building that workshop. This might come back and bite me in the ass. I don't know for sure, but the main thing is, I mean, I'll be getting a builder at least 4 more builders because of that, but then also I'll get one back immediately, which will be nice because now that I'm level 4 over here on the priest track, I can spend the builder, a resource, and a servant to build these small gardens. So I'll get some piety first off, then I go to the trader's track, the performer's track, what else? And then the priest track, right. And that gets me another servant. And I can cross off the small garden. Glad to get that when I did. It didn't really necessarily get me much, but it got me up a lot of tracks, which would be nice. Okay, now I have a lot of servants. I could fill in 2 spots up on the mining and foresting, but besides that, like, what else? I could always use a form. I don't know if that's really good though. I just need more. Of course, I always just need more resources. I feel like that's always what it comes down to. It's like if I had more resources, I can build on my wall a bit more, build on my sippy, and there's really no way for these servants to get me resources as it is. I mean, they could mining and foresting, but right now I need to build the medium granary before I can do more of that. Okay, I always forget that there is a way for me to get some resources, because I always forget about the scouting column, of course. But there's a couple issues with that. First, I'm not even high enough to do the first scout, and then second, whenever I do that, that's going to be another pick that attacks. And in this round, like, I am already looking very not good on picked attacks, because like I haven't built any more cohorts since last year, and 2 of them are attacking this time, so not as good. And then there's, as I can see, there's really no way for me to build a cohort this round, so not in a great position. So I think I will send this soldier out on the wall guard. I will send those 2 servants to a form, which year is year 2, and they will just be a builder that goes, actually there'll be a civilian, and I'll use that civilian over here on the trader's track to get me a builder, because then I'm just going to use that builder over here like I was just originally going to do. So it all works out, except now I'm a little bit further up on the trader's track. And then I have 1 servant left, which unfortunately I don't have anything I can do with, so what are you gonna do? That's the end of year 2 with only 2 picks attacking. There is a chance they could break through. Let's see. Left and no, come on, man. Left again. All right. So I will be taking 1 disdain. I do get a valor though. Cool. End of year 2. Neutral cards go away. This card goes away. Get some new neutral cards. Do that first, and then see what fate card I got. All right. And see what I got for my cards. There it is. Planner for completed citizen track or completed wall guard section. So I would have loved if this came with like a quest I hated, because I was obviously going to take this one. The wall guard I kind of do like, but no, I'll definitely go for citizen track, since that is my pretty much my main goal here. And with this, I get an extra builder and a civilian. And then up here, I get 2 resources from the resource production. I also get a civilian because of my hotel, and another builder because of my workshop. On to year 3. So I think first things first, I'm gonna build out the medium granary, because I definitely need to do that before I could do a lot of other things. So we'll just go ahead and start with that, because that's pretty simple. Now from there, things get a bit weirder. Yeah, I think I'm going to spend 2 civilians over here on the priest track. That'll get me some piety, which gets me a servant. And then the other level gets me another servant. Okay, main reason I went up to the priest track to level 7, if you couldn't guess by now, it's to build the large gardens, which takes a servant, a builder, and 2 resources. I can build the large gardens, which gets me some piety to start. I get to go up on the trader's track. On the performer's track, which gets me a servant back. What else? I go up on the priest track, which gets me some more piety. Then I go up on this track and the bottom track. Nice. That'll help get me a bit closer to what I need to be at. Got both of those built, and that's a large building to go towards my first path card up there, so that's something. I'm gonna go ahead and build the small precinct just because I need some more resources to work with. I don't like the lack of resources I have, so I get some piety because of that, which gets me another servant back. And I also get some resource production and a resource. Cross that out. I will send the 2 soldiers out to the wall guard. That'll get me a bit of discipline. Oh, gets me a builder. I didn't see that. I was so focused on getting this cohort. So let me see. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the cards. So what I got left? Lots hitting left. Most have hit left. None have hit center. So probably center is where I'll put this first cohort. And then I'll probably go right and then left. That's kind of like I'm spacing them out. I was talking about this earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and build the theater. I rarely do, and it seems like that's something I really should be doing. So I'll do that, and that'll get me a bit of renown. And then while I was just looking like this first, I could spend a stone to do a performance here. Do this performance. What? I write the year number, and then I go up on the trader's track, which gets me a resource back. So like, didn't really cost me anything besides building it, and now I'm a bit further up on the trader's track, which is gonna be nice for what I need. I also wouldn't mind trying to be a bit further down this track, mainly because the courthouse would be nice to build, but I need to be a bit higher level. I need to be at least level 4, ideally 6, so I could start getting a max use, and I'm only had 2 on this track, so I got a ways to go. At this point though, I think I'll go ahead and spend these 2 builders on the fort. And that'll get me a civilian, which I will go ahead and spend on that track since I was hyping it up. And that'll get me a soldier back, which, I don't know. I was gonna send him out on the wall guard, which I could do. Could put him on the fort. I wouldn't mind that, but okay, so yeah, I think I will just put him out onto the wall guard. I will spend this servant to do some mining and foresting. Get me some more resource production, because that is very important. And another resource, which I might just build out the sippy. I'm kind of debating here. Because if I build out the wall, I'd be 1 resource shy from actually being able to build another cohort, which with 4 picks attacking, I kind of need some more cohorts built here. Or I could build a temple. I guess I would have to build a temple and then use it. I don't have... See, this may not be the most ideal. Well, there is something I kind of can do. Like, I could spend resource on the wall. That'll get me a civilian. I could spend the civilian down here. That'll give me a soldier. Spend the soldier scouting. And I can get some more resources that way to get the cohort. But, like, if I do all of that, they're going to have to scout, which means another pick's going to be attacking for still only 1 cohort, so that's going to be worse. So I'm definitely not going to do that. I'll instead just spend the 2 resources on my sippy. I'll get an empty spot and fill that one in, and I'll definitely go with the right one. And with that, we're done with year 3. So 4 picks are going to be attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 1, 2, and 2. Let's see how these attack. We got right, left, center, okay, and center. Perfect. I survived. And that's what, 2 valor for me? That's not bad. I'll take that. And that will get me at least a soldier to use for next year, which is always appreciated. We're on to year 4. Getting rid of the neutral cards and this card. There we go. I do that like that. And then do the fate card next, see what I got. Cool, cool. I like it, I like it. Then we'll see what I got for my cards over here. Aristocrat for final disdain or trainer for gladiator strength. Well, I don't like the gladiators, so I will just do aristocrat, and that will get me an extra servant and a resource. I can always use that. Then over here on my board, I get 4 resources. 2, and we'll grab some more resources, 4. And then I also get a civilian from the hotel and a builder from my workshop. Awesome, and we're on to year 4. So with it being year 4, a couple things I want to keep in mind. I'd like to try to do another performance, since I can only do 1 performance per year, so like I really should try to do as many as I can. The other thing, being year sensitive, is I really should try to build the courthouse so I could start trying to do 1 ruling per column, because those are also very helpful. And I do have a bit of a surplus of resources right now, so I can build something this round. I think if anything, it will probably be the courthouse. So yeah, I think first I'm gonna build up the wall, but because I have so many resources, so I'll spend 3 on the wall. The first one will get me a civilian, and then I get nothing, and then another cohort, which I'll go ahead and just fill in the left one. So then I'm gonna I'll spend 2 civilians to go down this track a bit, and that'll get me some discipline over here, and another builder. Most importantly, it'll at least make me level 4, so I can send 2 servants and a builder, along with 2 resources to build myself the courthouse. That'll get me a bit of renown, which gets me another civilian back. Sweet. Now that I have the courthouse, and I have at least level 4, I can do the first ruling, which does get me a servant, and then I need to get at least 1 more level up, which I'll go ahead and spend a civilian to do. That'll get me another discipline. And then now I can do both other rulings. I'll probably wait unless I actually, if I need certain things. If not, then I'll just swap the builder for 2 servants and then a servant for a builder. So it's like I get another servant, basically, I think is how it works out. It's a little weird, but I know I could do 1 ruling per column per year. So now that it's year 4, I can at least do everything once, as long as I keep getting up on this track, which I'm gonna be trying to do anyway, so it should be all right. Okay, I might regret it, but I'm gonna just go ahead and use the courthouse now. So I'll swap out a builder for 2 servants. I can't grab them. There we go. And I'll use that ruling, and then over here, swap a servant for a builder. And that was year 4. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spend all 3 builders on the fort. Hopefully I don't regret that. I didn't see anything I needed to build, so we'll see if I'm gonna be kicking myself here soon. But I really want to do that to try to get close to level 6, so I could try to build the large hotel, maybe, but I also am gonna have, because I just want to build that because A, I need a large building, and B, getting the large hotel this year would be great, because that would give me even more civilians each year, which I definitely I'm gonna need to try to go up these tracks as much as possible. So okay, so I'm gonna spend a resource over here to do a performance, and I'll do this one since it's the only one I can do, but I think I could level it up a bit more, which I probably will this year, but I don't really want any of these other performances. But because this one gets me discipline, which does get me a builder, and then it also gets me a soldier, which will be handy, which I actually think I might use right away. Oh shoot, I'm gonna be a bit low on resources. Like always, I'm always needing resources. I do have a couple ways to get it though without scouting, mainly this track, the patrician's track. Because I did want to try to build a large hotel, and I need 2 resources for that. I might have to go scouting, unless I build the medium precinct. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that performance. I think I might be kind of an idiot. That was maybe not the best. Maybe just because I'm so low on resources, and that's kind of a problem. And I don't see a great way around it. So I think the other option is I could try to spend these 3 servants to go out to here, but I still need a servant for the hotel. And then I can use that to build that. Yeah, I think, okay, we'll see. I think I'm just gonna do it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna spend the 3 servants to do some mining and foresting out here. And first off, they'll get me some resource production, which is always needed, and a resource. That's going to be crucial. Then I will spend these 3 civilians down here on the patrician's track. The first will get me a soldier. Second will get me some renown, which I definitely need. And then the last one will get me my other resource. Then I need to at least first spend a soldier on the fort, because I need to be level 6 before I build this. And then I'm still 1 servant shy. I at least have options, right? I could use a form with 2 soldiers. I think that would be a dumb idea. I think instead I'll do my original plan, which is just sending a civilian down the priest track, and that'll get me a servant. And with that, I am level 6. I have a builder, a servant, and 2 resources. My goodness. Took everything in my power to get there, but by God, I did it. There, I did that. That gets me a renown and another civilian, and that'll get me 2 civilians per year. So I'll be getting what? I'll get like, yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. And then I have an extra civilian now to do something with. I could go down the patrician's track a bit. I'll do that because that will get me some renown, which gets me a civilian. And then at this point, I'll spend this civilian to just... I'll go down the trader's track. Just in case I want to build the medium precinct at some point, I'll be able to do that. And then last, I will spend 1 of these soldiers on the fort, because cohort. I'll get some discipline, I can fill in a cohort, so I'll go with the center one, and that'll get me some more discipline. And then I have these 2. So first, I'll spend this one here, which gets me some more discipline, which gets me another builder. No, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. And then I'll spend this other soldier out there, fill in that cohort. I'll go with the right one, which gets me more discipline. Yeah, I got a builder left now. I could somehow on the training grounds. I always forgot that's an option, and I think that's pretty much the only thing I can do with just a single builder. So, sure, send them out on the wall guard through the training grounds. Yeah, 6 picks are going to be attacking. I'm at 3, 3, and 2. I feel like that was a pretty good year. I'm really happy I was able to get that large hotel. I don't know if it was worth it, but it was fun to try. So, 6 picks. Let's see how this goes. Like I said, I have 2, 3, and 3. So we got center. Left, center, okay, left, okay, come on, just be some right or center. God damn it, left and center. Okay, so 1 broke through. I guess that's not terrible. Really, none hit on the right out of 6. That's kind of annoying. So yeah, 1 broke through, but I still do get 2 valor from that. And that does get me a soldier, so that's something. And then we're on to year 5. I will get some new neutral cards over here to see what's going on. Get rid of my old card. We'll see what my fate card gets me. Nice, nice. I'll just throw this over there. And then I see what my cards are. So I have Defender for completed wall sections, or Forager for resource production. And we need to get to 6 to be at 2 VP. And like, I'm probably gonna do that. Plus, I'll probably want to build the large precinct. Oof, I'm tearing apart my stuff up here. I'll probably want to build the large precinct because it's another large building. But completed wall section, that gets me another builder and a resource. And then, of course, I get my resources. So I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actual resources. All right, and then I get 2 civilians because of both of my hotels and a builder from my workshop. On to year 5. So I think first things first, I'm going to use the courthouse so I don't forget about it. And I am level 5, so I can do this to gain a servant. And then I might use the other abilities at some point. I'll actually probably save them this time. I think the first thing I'm going to do is build the large granary, because I need to do that at some point. So builder, a servant, and 2 resources to build the large granary. And that is a large building, so that counts towards my large building quest. So I think first thing, I'm going to spend these 2 soldiers out on the wall guard. They'll get me a bit of discipline and a cohort, which I will go with the right one. Seems like a good idea. I want to spend some of these resources because I don't think there's any buildings I want to necessarily build. Maybe the baths. I should probably do that at some point. Maybe I'll do that the last year. I can only do 2 bribes per year, so if I take more disdain, I would have to then... that's tricky. I don't think there's any way I can really get 2 resources besides going up on these tracks, which I could do. So I think first I'll just spend some of my resources and build out the city a bit. So the first one will get me a civilian, and the second one I can fill in a cohort, which I'll definitely go with the center one. Because I don't want to... I could spend some of my other resources and build up the wall, but I want to save some of those in case I need to do the baths and a bribe, which sucks. It sucks, but they already broke through. The only other way I can get resources is going up some of these tracks. And I was talking about building the precincts earlier. It's just a lot of civilians. I really need civilians right now. It takes 2 to build a precinct. I'm not a fan. But at the same time, it does get me a resource in hand and another resource for next year, so... I do need to get at least 1 more resource production. So I could just go down and do some mining and foresting instead with my servants. Because I don't really know what else I would do with them at the moment. But I need more large buildings. I need to get... How many large buildings? 4? I have 1, 2 built, 3 built. So I need 1 more large building. So first I'm going to spend a civilian over here on this citizen track to put me up to level 7, and that will also get me a soldier. Main reason I'm doing that is because I want to use the courthouse, so I will trade a builder for 2 servants. What is it, year 5? And then I'll just kind of pause, because then I want to spend 2 servants, a builder, and 2 resources on the baths. I don't want to, but I don't want this disdain to be the death of me. And I mean, 2 disdain already gets me -3 points, so I don't know. Maybe this is just not worth my time trying to go over here and get rid of this, but I want to make an attempt. But I also need to go down these tracks some more, and there's no really great way of doing that. I guess I need to do more performances. I should probably do another performance in the theater at some point, but I also need to go up that track some more. Well, I think this works out because then I could spend these 3 servants. Yeah, I'll spend these 3 servants. I had to think about that because I have the large granary built at this point, so I could spend them up here to do some mining and foresting. Give me another resource production, which is good for my quest, and I have another resource which I'll go ahead and use in the baths. It is year 5, and I can cross off at least 1 of my disdains. Something. And then at this point, I have a couple of civilians left, a resource left. I think that resource I want to use in the performers track. I need to actually go down that track a bit more. So yeah, I'll spend 2 civilians to go down the performers track. And that will get me a soldier, which then at this point, I can do another play. Unless I get 1 more, would that be better for me? Okay, so I'll spend a civilian on the performers track, and then I'll do a performance where I'll spend this resource and I'll do this one. Year 5, that gets me some discipline, which gets me another builder. And then I also get to go up on this track that I always can never pronounce the name of, which gets me some more discipline. And that leaves me with an interesting situation where I have 2 soldiers and 2 builders, which I don't really know what I want to do with. I mean, I think I'm going to spend these 2 builders on the fort, and that'll at least get me a civilian back to do something with. I actually have a decent amount of options. Pretty much any track I put them, I'll get something back. So that's pretty neat. So I'm going to go spend that civilian up on the trader's track to give me a builder. I'll use that builder down here to build out the fort a bit more. I will spend this soldier on the wall guard. And then this soldier on the fort, which you guessed it, gets me another civilian. With that civilian, oh boy. I wish I could get it. Oh, I was gonna say I wish I could get a resource, and I can. Spend the civilian on the trader's track, gets me some renown. That renown gets me a civilian, which then I'll spend that civilian on the trader's track, and that gets me a resource. That is awesome. That's awesome. Just this game sometimes. So at this point, I mean, I could build out the wall or sippy a bit more. It would just get me some more renown. I can't do another performance, but I could bribe a bit more. And I think that's what I'll do, is get rid of my other thing, my other disdain, that's what it's called. Unless there was something else that I was gonna do with that resource that I don't remember, but it's too late now. 8 picks are gonna be attacking. So I got 2 over here, 4 and 4. We'll see. Obviously, I think they're more likely to hit center or right. And I hope that's the case. Because we have, what, 8? That's ridiculous. Okay, let's see what happens. Center. Okay, this is good. Right, awesome. Right, keep going. Right, yes. Left, okay. Left, please stop hitting on the left. And the right. I survived. Because I had 4, 2, and 2. No disdain. Awesome. Because of that, I get 3 Valor. I had to make sure I was doing that right. And that gets me a soldier to use going into the last year number 6. So let me grab my new neutral cards. Boom. And we'll see what kind of quest cards I get. So collected goods, absolutely not. Constructed landmarks, I guess so. Those I don't like either of those quests, but way too good. It's way too late for collected goods, so I'm not even gonna bother. We got a civilian and a resource. And I did this kind of in a backwards order. I always do the fake card beforehand, so we'll do that next. Fake card done, and then I get my resources and stuff. So I get what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resources. So I got my 6 resources. I get 2 civilians from both my hotels and a builder from my workshop. And we are on our way to the final year. Luckily, I don't have to use the baths because didn't take any more disdain. So I'm sitting in a good position with that. I could go ahead. I'm pretty much max level over here. So I can use the courthouse again to get a servant to start things off. So the rub is, I don't know if I talked through this already a bit. My large building quest, there's no way I'm building 6 large buildings. That's just straight up not happening. But to get 2 VP, I need 4. And I have large granary, that's 1. My hotel, that's 2. I already built the large gardens, that's 3. So I need 1 more building. And I was kind of considering, I always like building the large precincts. The issue is, it takes way too many civilians. I desperately need my civilians to go down the citizen tracks. So I think I might build the large workshop, which sucks because I feel like I'm always needing resources, and that's the only thing. The only other option I have is I could build the small road and then the large road. It might be too late for that. And that would take 4 servants, which, I mean, I could get, but I don't know if it's worth it. Whereas I could use all my servants, go down this track, get me a bit more resources, which I could put towards the large workshop. I mean, I already have an abundance of resources. If I spend 4, I have, still 5 left over that I could do whatever with. Spend 1 on a performance. I still have 4 to go down the wall a bit more, and that'll get me a ton of other stuff. So I got options, but I'm not sure really what is the best way to go about this. So I'll start out something simple. I'll spend both of my soldiers on the wall guard. That'll get me a discipline, and I can fill in a cohort, which I'll definitely go with the left one since there hasn't been much there. That'll give me another discipline, which gets me a builder. Cool. So I have a plethora of builders, so I'm gonna go ahead and just spend 3 on the fort because that'll finish that up. So 1, 2 gets me another citizen back, and the final one gets me a bit more discipline along with a cohort to fill in. I'll go with, I I'm thinking center or right. Maybe I'll go left again. Do I have a completed cohorts? I do, so I'll go right. I need to start actually filling in these, and that gets me a Valor. All right, so now I'm gonna start doing some shenanigans. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the large workshop. I was thinking about it. I don't know what else I'd do, so I'll fill it in, and I get some renown from that, along with another builder, which honestly isn't super helpful considering I'm kind of built out on the fort as is, so like I can't really go much further. I can't always use the courthouse, which I most likely will do. I'll actually just go ahead and do it right now. Yeah, I'll spend a builder to grab 2 servants. And then I don't think I'll probably use the last rolling because I don't need builders. If anything, I probably need servants because I can go down that and get a bit more resources to work with, which would be nice. I'll probably do that right now because I don't know what else I'll really use these servants for. So I'll spend those 3 to go down and do some of the final mining and foresting. Get me another resource production, which is useless, but I do get another resource, which I'll find something to do with. Especially because I'm built out on the fort completely. I can build any part of the Scipio wall now, which is nice. So I'm going to I need to start going down some of these tracks. I don't know really which one to go down first, so I'm going to do the bottom one, the patricians. And that'll get me a soldier, and then some renown, and a resource. I think at this point, I'm going to spend 3 resources to start. I'll spend 2 to start going down the wall, but so the first one gets me some renown, which gets me a civilian, and then the second one just straight up gets me a civilian. I'm going to have a ton of civilians. This is awesome. I would go ahead and spend one of those civilians on this track to get me a builder, which I really don't need, but I wanted to finish up that track. And then, yeah, I'll spend my final 3 civilians to finish up this last track. Man, I didn't know if that was going to be a thing I could do, but it's done. It's just done. Get some renown and another builder. That's sweet. At this point, I'll probably just try to build as many landmarks as I can, but there's really not many. Because I'm not super far down these tracks over here, and honestly, I don't know a great way to get down them. So yeah, I'll spend a resource to do one last performance. I'll do this one, which will get me some piety and another servant, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with any of these servants or a lot of this stuff, because at this point I'm really just gonna try to maximize this down here as absolutely as much as possible. So then I'm gonna spend 2 more resources on my Sippy over here, and that'll get me a bit more renown, but mainly it'll let me fill in another cohort, which I'll go ahead with the right one, so I'll at least have 1 cohort filled in. Give me some discipline, which gives me some valor. I'm 1 point away from being able to build that other landmark, but I can only build 1 with the amount of resources I have. Oops. Well, I might as well do that because I can build the statue. So I'll spend a builder, 2 resources, and build the statue. Should get me 2 renown and a civilian back. So I'll spend 1 builder to go out on the training grounds and go out to the wall guard. And then I'll spend this soldier out on the wall guard, and that'll get me a bit of discipline. Yeah, once again, low on resources. And I did build the workshop. And I don't regret it. But that was on me. So I'm gonna spend 2 servants. And I was kind of regretting doing this as well to use a form because I was really trying to wait until I needed it. But I think this is when I needed to get this soldier to put on the wall guard to get me a cohort. And that cohort, I'll fill in definitely the center, which gets me some valor, which gets me a soldier back. Main reason I did that was so then I could spend this soldier on this scouting formation. And I'm gonna do one quick scout. And I'll fill in boom, 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 and boom. And that'll at least get me 2 resources. Yeah, so I will spend these 2 resources to go down the wall, and that'll get me some renown, which gets me some piety, along with, what was the other thing? Oh, a cohort, right, duh. And then I'll fill in this center cohort, which gets me some discipline, which gets me another builder. Boy, oh boy, I think I'm at an end here. I don't think there's anything I could do with this. Yeah, I think this is the end. So let's see how these picks attack. Just tearing apart my thing up there. There's gonna be 11 of them because I also have this over here. So let's count out 11. Oh, jeez. All right, moment of truth, 11 picks. We got 3, 6, and 6. So we'll see. Right, okay, I definitely want to see right or center, not left. That's what I don't want to see is left at all. Don't show me another left ever. We got right. Okay, I'm fine with this. Seriously, oh no, there's already 3 lefts. If another left hits, I'm taking some disdain. Damn it. Okay, center and center. So one did get through. Luckily, no disdain. It's not like a thing I had. I did have final disdain up here for that, but that's okay. I'll only have 1. If I would have built that small temple, I could have had a way to absorb it, but oh no. And then I do get some valor. Since I did take a disdain, I still get 3 valor. Because that will be important. 1, 2, 3 gets me a soldier, which I can't use because we're at the end of the game. I don't know why I zoomed out, because we can just go ahead and add up the total. So we got 17 there, 8, 15, and 19. Now I can go up here and add up the path cards. 12 points for my path cards. That's not terrible. I did have a disdain, so I'm gonna have a -1 point. Let's see what this total's up to. Moment of truth. So we got 17 plus 8 plus 15 plus 19 plus 12 minus 1 is 70 on the dot. Are you shitting me? That's insane. I guess I think that's fine. I think I needed 70 plus. So 70, I think, is an acceptable score. Did I really beat this on the first try? Maybe I'm just a bit of shock after taking 4 attempts with that last one. Yeah, I'm gonna triple check right now. Yeah, looking at the PDF, I think I'm okay. I did get all the tracks. I had 70 points on the dot. I didn't get the additional challenge because I did have 2 of them be 17 over here, but then I needed 1 more. Yeah, that's a win. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'll be back next week doing fort number 4, so subscribe if you want to catch that. And if you want to see one of my recent live streams, click up there in the corner.